ready to the countdown.
Tahniah, siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia, sebuah inisiatif edidik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda, siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Hello, good morning.
Get ready
Hello.
to the countdown.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Cikgu Hana. Good morning. Hello, teachers and lecturers. Thank you very much for taking this opportunity to join these sharing sessions on online teaching tools for English lessons. A warm welcome to all of you for spending this Saturday morning with us on these online teaching tools for English lessons. How are you? I hope all of you are fine and ready for today's sharing session. Before we proceed, please introduce yourself. Please state your school, your name, your schools or institutions in the chat box. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Madam Chia Ying from College Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan, the moderator of the day. As we are recovering from COVID-19 pandemic, many schools and institutions are resuming the teaching and learning session in stages. We cannot avoid this, So in this digital age, we need to equip ourselves with various online teaching tools to enhance our teaching strategies so that we can face the face-to-face class or non-face-to-face class, in which we can call it a hybrid mode. So we can let our students expose to various teaching tools so they can adapt them in their learning, and maybe students can have this as a lifelong learning lessons for them. So are you ready, teachers and lecturers? I hope you do. And I saw many of you have been commented on the chat section. All right. Let me introduce our presenter for today's sharing session. We have Madam Nuruhana binti Hussein, or Cikgu Hana, from IPG Campus Bahasa Melayu, Kuala Lumpur. She has 31 years of working experience. So actually, we are now live on my channel, Miss Chia Tuwai. Please support my channel by clicking the subscribe button. And please stay tuned with us till the end, teachers and lecturers. So without further ado, we will like to welcome Cikgu Hana. Cikgu Hana, please.
Okay, thank you, Miss Chia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Very good morning to everyone present, teachers, lecturers, colleagues, probably some of my students. Okay, thank you for being here. Okay, thank you, Miss Chia, for this joint effort. As you all know that we are actually live on Miss Chia's channel, so please give Miss Chia's support by clicking the subscribe button and make sure that the red button subscribe turn to gray in color. Okay, thank you, everyone. All right. So today, in today's session, I would cover three things, which is Slido, and then Pear Deck, and the last one is readtheory.org. Okay, I've been using all these three in my lessons. Okay, before that, let me present this with Slido. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is like a hands-on session. All right, so if let's say you could oops, hold on, yeah. Okay, so I would want to get your feedback, right? Okay, I'm presenting it with a Slido. Okay, this, okay, hold on. Okay, let me see. While, okay, with Slido, like for example, this is my Google Slides, all right? So with my Google Slides, what I would do is I would install Slido add-on, all right? You just click on add-on here and then get add-on, okay? Get add-on, and then you search for Slido, S-L-I-D-O. You search for Slido for Google Slides. And then because I have installed Slido, okay, there is a note on top here saying that it has already been installed. But if let's say you have not installed, there would be an install button and you need to install. All right. So this is it. So what I am going to do is I am going to, since I have already add on Slido, so the icon Slido is going to be appeared on the top of my Google Slides. Okay. So what I would do is, okay, this is a question that I want to ask the audience. What are the digital tools you normally use for teaching and learning? So you have choices. Either you want to create a multiple choice questions or open text so that your audience would be able to respond by typing, or word clouds, or rating, or you want to put up quiz or ranking. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I want to form a word cloud. All right, so let's say I type what are the digital tools. Okay, I need to go first because we have only 1 hour to share these 3 tools. Yeah, so if let's say my sharing is too fast for you, let me know so I would slow down. For teaching and learning, right? Okay, you could check if let's say you want your audience to submit multiple answers, so you could check this box and show result immediately. Okay, so add to presentation. So I have already added this question in my Google Slide. All right, so now I am going to present with Slido. Okay, you could scan the QR code. Can you please do that for me? You could scan the QR code using your handphone. I would do the same too. To be able to respond to this Slido, so you just scan with your handphone and then you open up the link. All right. So you would see that the what do you call that? The answers or the responses from the audience will appear on the slide. So could you please scan the QR code and then respond. What are the digital tools you normally use for teaching and learning? So I am waiting for your response. So this is an active poll. So I hope, okay, let's see. Okay. All right, that's one. None. Oh, that one, none. And then Google Slides. All right. What else? What other digital tools that we have been using? Okay, that is not the code. You are typing the code. You don't have to type the code. You have to type the answers. Okay, the digital tools that you normally use for teaching and learning, so that I would have, you know, an overview whether you have been, the tools that you have been using. All right. Any more? Word wall, very good. Okay. Any other digital tools? Okay, live worksheets. Okay, good. Handphone. Yeah, handphone is also a digital tool. Quizzes and Google Form. Okay, good. Okay, so this is how you want to get response from the audience, or let's say you are doing this using Google Meet, okay, with your synchronous class. So you could use Slido to get feedback from your students or from the audience. So normally Slido is used in the beginning of a presentation when you want to get an overview of what the audience already know. Okay. All right, Google Classroom Meets only. Okay, AnyMaker, very good. Kahoot, yeah. Okay, because those are digital tools which could engage the students. Okay, remember, when we teach remotely, all right, so the most important thing is you get the engagement from your students. You know that the internet sometimes would create problem to the students, especially when the device is shared with the siblings, right? But when they can get a hang of the tools, and then you want to know whether whatever you presented or you taught them is meaningful and engaging, so you could use Slido, all right, or Pear Deck to get the engagement. All right, so I would go to the next slide. Okay, now that is only the what do you call that, the introduction, okay, to our lessons today when you use Slido, all right, in the beginning of the session. All right, now, so the objectives of today's sharing session are we are going to use Slido with Google Slides, and then use Pear Deck with Google Slides, and then use readtheory.org for comprehension skills. All right, so can you respond in the live chat if you have used any of these tools before? Okay, but anyway, I would proceed, okay, because there are a lot more to share with you. Okay, especially when it is hands-on, when it is tutorial, then you know, if let's say you could do it hands-on, that would be better, so that you won't forget. Because you know, when we listen and then we look and we do all these three things, it would be easier for us to comprehend and for us to implement what we have already learned. All right, so Slido is an easy to use Q&A and polling platform. It helps people to get the most out of meetings and events by bridging the gap between speakers and their audiences. So Slido is normally used in the beginning or in the middle or in the end, so that you know, for polling platform, sometimes when you present, you want to know the response from the audience. So you do the polling platform like I did just now, the word clouds. There are a lot of other ways actually, and then the Q&A session in the end. All right, so we move on. Okay, now, Sonia, let me. All right, so now that I have already showed you. Okay, I have already showed you Slido. So any questions with regard to Slido? Any questions, Tanya? Do you have any questions? With regard, you could type it in the chat section if you have any questions. All right. Pui says time consuming. Very interesting, Cikgu Faiza. Okay, thank you. Okay, now besides Slido, again, normally in the beginning, you could also use Pear Deck. All right. So when you want to use Pear Deck, again, add-on. All right, get add-on, and then search for Pear Deck. Since I have already installed, then it says here installed. All right. So you could, if you have not installed, then you install Pear Deck with your Google Slides. Right now, so now I am going to open Pear Deck add-on. All right. So Pear Deck is there are a lot more. The features are a lot more as compared to Slido. The Slido is only for polling, for what do you call that, for Q&A. But Pear Deck is for teaching and learning. For you could you know, have activities with Pear Deck. Okay, for example, this is the template library. You could click on the template library. Okay, and then you could use the prompt for beginning of lesson, and then you could use the prompt for during lesson, and you could use the prompt end of lesson. Okay, let me show you. All right, in the beginning of the lesson, okay, you could let me see. Okay, you could include this slide. Okay, and then you can ask your students, what do you wonder about today's topic? All right, and let's say you are not teaching English, you are teaching some other subject, you could just change the question. All right, this is only a prompt for you, so you could just change the question, or you could also ask this to your students. How was the homework assignment? All right, so the students would be able to, when you present with Pear Deck, I show you, when you present with Pear Deck, all right, now when you install Pear Deck, you need to complete your free account. Okay, it's a good thing because, all right, and then you log in with Google, and then set up account, teacher. Okay, and then loading, choose your account and allow. All right, and then they would ask you for, so I would, oops. Okay, IPG KBM. and then connect my school. All right, then go back. Okay, authorize. Oops, how? Now, all right, now that I have already signed up, okay, to Pear Deck, because they want to know the school that we are presenting. So you could start lesson with Pear Deck. All right, now there are two types. Let's say you want to give the students an activity that they could do at their own pace. Then you choose the left, student-paced activity, meaning every questions, every activity using Pear Deck that you use in the slides, they could use it at their own pace. All right, so that is student-paced activity. But for instructor-paced activity is when you want to use Pear Deck on Google Meet. Okay, meaning you present it. All right, so when you present it, then you use instructor-paced activity. Okay, now let me close that. That is the beginning of the lesson. Okay, let's say you want to do some activities in the middle of the lesson, right? And you want to check whether your audience or your students are okay, and if they want you to keep going, or are they confused, or you ask them, the students ask you to stop and need help. Okay, so that is also an interesting way to know the engagement of your students. Okay, another activity that you could do is, okay, let's say you want to do some brainstorming, or you want the students to, you have the idea, all right? The central idea, meaning saying, let's say, digital tools, all right? Or English lesson, right? So let's say parts of speech. Okay, and then you want to ask the students to give you what are the parts of speech that they know, okay? And they could just type and you would be able to see. Okay, I will show you in a while, all right? Okay, and then you could also select, okay, do you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts out loud right now? Meaning that you want the students to voice out their opinion or respond to the questions. So, or you could just change the question, all right, which is relevant to the subject or the topic that you are teaching. Okay, so far, can you follow? So far, can you follow? Okay, if you want me to slow down, let me know. All right, and then you could also use at the end of the lesson what you want the students to summarize. Okay. Okay, in 1 minute, write the most important thing from today's lesson. So you are going to wrap up the session, and you want the students to summarize what they have learned that day. All right, so that would be one of the things that you could do with your students, or it's also another one Okay, connect to your own life. What is something interesting you learned today, or can you relate this to something in your own life? Okay, this is higher order thinking skills. Okay, when this is the knowledge, but when you relate it to something in your own life, all right, so that would be what in the Bloom's taxonomy. That would be when they relate analysis. Okay, so that would be a higher order thinking skills that you could apply in your lesson. Okay, all right.
Excuse me, Cikgu Hana. There's a
Yes, Miss Tia?
question.
All right.
Do the student need to download the apps too to enable them
No.
to participate?
No, they
The
don't have
question,
to, right?
They are supposed
They
to have
don't
the
have
good.
to come again, Miss Tia?
Then what should they do then, the students?
Oh, okay, okay. Let me show you how. Okay. But before that, I want before I show you how the students could respond to you is by when you present. All right, I will show you. But before that, there are also some other stuff in Pear Deck, like critical thinking. Okay, let's see. All right, critical thinking, social emotional learning, and then there are also subject areas. All right, from kindergarten to year 2, and then for maths, for science, social studies, world language, and English language arts. All right, for English language teachers, you could use this English language arts. Okay, but some of course, some of these are according to the US. For example, like King Lear and Richard III. Okay, so this is not something to do with us, but you could change. Okay, change it to something relevant to our curriculum in Malaysia. Okay, so this is the story map. Okay, that the students could respond, the setting, main character, the problem, the main event, and the resolution. So this is things that template that we could use in order to use Pear Deck, in order for the students to get the engagement, all right, from the students. Okay, right, okay, let's say I start. Let me show you how to start the lesson. Okay, I start the lesson by clicking start lesson there. And then let's say I want to do it using Google Meet. So I choose the instructor paced activity. All right, while launching the presentation, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe Miss Chia's channel, yeah? Okay, just click on the button, subscribe button. Okay, so this is, when you present it, this is what the students could see. And if you could see at the bottom here, give students a link. Okay, link, copy to clipboard. Okay, let me see. Miss Chia, I'm going to give you the link in okay, hold on. Sorry. Miss Chia, I've given you the link. Can you please pass it to the comment box? Okay, so you take this link, click on it, and then give the link to your students. All right, or they could also go to URL joinpd.com and then key in the password KQYZZPV. All right. Okay. So once the students have gone into the link, all right, so you could start presenting. Okay, you could start presenting. Okay, this is one of it. Hold on. I want you to, okay. I want you to respond to this one. Drag your dot to how you are feeling. So, as a teacher, I am going to click on show responses at the bottom of the screen. Can you see? Show responses here. So I click on show responses. So I'll be waiting for your responses for whether you want me to keep on going, or you are confused, or you want me to stop because you need help. Okay? All right. So I am waiting for your responses. So could you please go into the Pear Deck and respond? Okay. So far, nobody answered yet. All right. Do you have any problem in trying to go? All right. Do you have any problem? Chia, did you give the link to them?
You mean the edidik link?
No. The link to Pear Deck.
Oh, sorry. I just now I lost my connections. Have some kind of problem. I was down.
Oh, I
Lost
see.
connection. Can you? All right. I will go back and.
All right. So
Hold
no
on.
wonder you cannot. No wonder you cannot. Hold on,
yeah. Can you send to me?
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, everyone.
All right. Here you are. The link. Pear Deck link.
Okay.
Sent.
Can you please click on the link and try to respond? Okay, good. I'm really sorry about that. So it is very important that you get response from the audience, especially when you are doing it on YouTube, okay? Because you could not actually listen to your audience responses, but you could use something like this, okay, to listen to or to know the responses from the audience. Okay, so you click on the, okay, good, 7 of you, 8 of you. Okay, keep going. I'm a little confused. Okay. Right. Those of you who are confused, can you please write on the chat section what you are confused of? Okay, all right. Okay, most of you asked me to keep going. All right, some of you say you are confused. Okay, so this is something engaging, I think, for the students. Once in a while you could do this because especially when you have time. But you could also do this in the student-paced, what do you call that, in the student-paced mode, okay? Because remember, I showed you just now, there are teacher-led mode and student-paced mode. I will show you again later. All right. Okay, so this is Pear Deck. All right. If I move on to the next slide, okay, if you could type the parts of speech, can you type what are the parts of speech that you know? Okay, you could type the parts of speech that you know. And I'm going to show responses. You could draw or you could type. Okay, you could just write with your finger, or you could also type it. Okay, so I'm waiting for your responses. Okay, this is anonymous. You could do this anonymous, meaning that you do not know who responded. Uh-oh, someone deleted response. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Now, okay, cute. Okay, thank you. What are other parts of speech? Okay, you could get the hang of it, right? So I'm not going to ask you to do until the end, but I think this is something, an alternative, okay, that you could use to get engagement, okay, from your students. All right, now let me escape. Okay, let's see. Okay, stop from presenting. Okay, now when I stop from presenting, okay, I could just go back. All right, so this is the presentation just now. So now I could just go back, all right, to my slide. All right, when you first start the lesson just now, right, start the lesson, either you want to use a student paced activity that you link it to the, what do you call that, Google Classroom, or you use Google Meet, instructor paced activity. Okay, when you have this instructor paced activity, let's see. Oops. Cancel. I want to show you how you can see who responded. Okay, now when you open teacher dashboard, you click teacher dashboard. Okay, there are two ways. Okay, so you could actually see who responded. A view just for you, or use your phone or tablet, open the teacher dashboard on another device. Okay, so when you use teacher dashboard, you would be able to see which student responded. Otherwise, it is going to be anonymous. You do not know who. Okay, so tell students to join this one, but you are going to monitor it on teacher's dashboard. Okay, do you get it? I think you should. Okay, so when you open up with teacher's dashboard, when the students responded, you would be able to see who responded, because the names are going to appear. Okay, the names will be appear on the dashboard. Okay, otherwise it is going to be anonymous. All right, now let's say you are done with the lesson. Okay, let's say you are done with the lesson. This one you have done, this one you have done. All right, and the Slido. Okay, this is about Pear Deck. Pear Deck actually is based in Iowa. Okay, all right. Let's say you have done everything. So now you want to download it. Okay, so you could either publish your lesson, publish or share your lesson. Okay, and or you could review the session after you have already finished, or you could also download students' responses. But when you download students' responses, it is going to be an individual file, meaning that the students' responses will go into your Google Drive as an individual file, meaning that if you have 30 students responded, so there would be 30 files kept in your Google Drive. Okay, so when you want to, let me see, all right, okay, let's say you want to open this now, okay, using add-ons. Okay, let's say you want to download it. Where is the button for downloading? Hold on, yeah. Whoops, keeps on going. Okay, you could read more about Pear Deck over here, or you could go to the website. All right. Okay, just let's say you are done with this, then let me see. I could not find the button. Oh yeah, there it is. Let me see. Okay, when you want to end it, you just there, ending session. When you end the session, I repeat one more time. All right, when you want to end the session, you click the end button on the right bottom corner. Okay, just click the end, and then you name the file. Let's say this is demo. Okay, demo. Why is the D? Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, publish student takeaways, or and then publish student takeaways, meaning that the responses by the students. All right, save and end the session. All right. Okay. So they would ask you, Pear Deck would ask you, you want which account that you want to, okay, that you want to save in. So it will be saved in your Google Drive. Otherwise, the students' responses, or you could also share to Google Classroom straight away. Okay, just click here and then it will bring you to the stream in the Google Classroom, and you could share in the Google Classroom, the session that you have with your students. All right, and then, or you can return to your Google Slides. Okay, now, okay, now, actually, we are done with Pear Deck. How many minutes are we now, teacher?
15 minutes.
More. Okay, because I need to
15
1-5. Wow.
Explain about
Okay.
Rachel. Yeah.
So I think we skip the commercial break. Can we move on?
Okay. Before you
Yes.
move on, there's one teacher asking, could you share
Right.
the material through description? Cikgu is one request. Share the material through descriptions.
Okay, meaning the PowerPoint. Yes, of course I could. Okay, the PowerPoint I could.
Yes.
All right. Google Slides. I would give you the link to Teacher Chia, and Teacher Chia will put it in the description. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to share with you read theory. Now, read theory is a portal. All right. Okay, readtheory.org. It is for students to use for reading comprehension, and I find it very convenient for students and for teachers as well, because students would be able to do the exercises in the portal, and they would know their level, and this is comparable to the students in the States, because read theory is US based. All right, so there are from kindergarten until 12th grade. Okay, 12th grade until form 5. Okay, I think form 6, because in the States the kindergarten starts early, and in standard 1 or year 1 starts at 6 years old. All right, so 12th grade is about 18 years old. Okay, okay, hold on, let me show you hands-on and how to go about doing the read theory. Okay, readtheory.org. You just type readtheory.org. Okay. Okay, if you have not signed up, so you sign up. Okay, click. And now let's get started. You could ask your students to sign up themselves, or you as a teacher, you sign up, or you as a parent could also do this with your own children. Okay, but to sign up, you sign up as a teacher. All right, and then you just follow whatever it asks you to do, because I have my account and I've used it with my students, so I would just log in. So you could log in with your Google account, and this is free. All right, this is free. Oops, let's see. You could, okay, here are, let me see, my classes. You could create class, yeah, create new class. Can you see the button here? So you click create new class, your class name, the grade is optional, the school name is optional. So if your student is under 13, so make sure you tick the box. If, let's say, the students in IPG, I don't have to tick the box. All right, so then create your class. I have created, there are 3 classes that I've created. Okay, my F1, F4, and F7. Let me show you. When you create a class, okay, I need to show you right from the beginning. Okay, when you create a class, yeah, let's say the name is what do you call that? Let's say G3. Okay, G3. Okay, and then I create my class. Okay, so I go to G3. Okay, now can you see the code here? YUZ57K4W. So give this code to your students and ask your students to log in, sign up to readtheory.org and use the code to join your class. You could also, when you have students in your class, then you would be able to see the list of your students. Okay, but over here it says that you have 21 students in this class. All right, these students will be grouped into a class progress report. Okay, so I have 21 students. So how I am going to look at the progress of my students, I would stick, let's say, you just tell your students to go into, because they are going to be given a placement test. Okay, first of all, when students join, they would be given a placement task, and read theory.org will analyze which level your students would be. Okay, for example, okay, these are the level. Okay, the first level is called luminary. Okay, and then the second level is called the orienteer. Third level is tactician. Fourth level is analyst. Until, say, the last level is the theorist. Okay, when they reach theorist, meaning that they are awesome. Okay, their English level is awesome. Okay, and then for each level, okay, first of all, students would be given a placement test, and then the portal read3.org will see which level your students are, and then they would give exercises, reading comprehension exercises for the students to answer. Once they have answered, they if let's say they made a lot of mistakes, and then they would be given another passage for them to answer. If let's say too many mistakes, the portal will give them a lower, what do you call that? A lower
Great.
grade, yeah, a lower level of the comprehension. Okay, and then if they score better, and then the level will move up. Okay, okay, so this is the level progression, the grade level progression. Okay, this is the mastery of ELA Common Core Standard. Common Core Standard is used in the United States, meaning that they could compare themselves to the students in the US. Okay, okay, this is the quiz history. The students have already answered. Okay, so let's say the first one is given to them, to her. This is my student, and then she got grade 5, level 5. Okay, and score is 100%. So because he scored 100%, then he moved to two more passages, grade level 5, and then when she scored 80%, then it automatically go to the lower grade, meaning that this portal will give a lower grade passage for the students to answer. Okay, okay, this student is up to level 6. Okay, and it is self-paced actually. Okay, so she has answered quite a lot. So it's a self-paced, and you could also look at your other students. Okay, other students progress and see. Okay, these students only answered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 passages, and you could show this to the class, and then you could also make a competition among the students in the class, and this report could be printed. Okay, let's say you want to print report, just click. Oh, could not. Let me see. You have to. Okay, you have to give the begin date when, and then the end date, and then you could print the report. Okay. Otherwise, okay, this is the progress report, overall progress report. All right. These are students. Okay, these are the whole lot of your students. Okay, altogether I have 55 students. Okay, for you to track. Okay, track existing students' progress or create new students account. So you could do that. Okay, I want to show you the FAQ. Okay, hold on, yeah. The FAQ frequently asked questions. Okay, now if you look at the FAQ, frequently asked questions, it gives you tutorial, okay, on how do I track my students' progress after they begin reading. So this is how. This is the student side, and this is the teacher side. So teacher logs in, and then teacher reviews pending student invitation on the My Students page. But if you created the page, you don't have to be invited by your students, all right? So you could just ask your students, you give the code, and your students would join, and then they could answer comprehension questions. All right. Okay. Now, is this free? Okay. Yes, this is free. Let me see. You could read through from until the bottom. Okay. Hold on. Because there is also, okay. So you could actually read through. Okay. This platform is free. Okay. So if, let's say, these are all the miscellaneous. Let me see. I want to show you which one it says that this account is free. You could as many students as you can. All right. So as this is explanation of the exile. Okay, what is the exile level? So you could read through, and it is relate to CFR, IELTS, TOEFL, or ACTFL. This is for older students like 12th grade. Okay, so the good thing is this portal is free, and it does not limit the number of students who could what do you call that, be in your classroom. Okay, but of course, I think if your classroom has about 35 students, so all 35 students could go into the portal, the read3.org. Okay. Any questions with regard to read theory? No questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I think are we towards the end, yeah?
Yeah. I
Okay,
would like to.
Hold on. Okay, the last slide is there are 75 digital tools and apps for teachers from this website, NWEA, that you could use. These tools and apps teachers can use to support formative assessment in the classroom. Okay, so of course, when we teach the students, we want to do some formative assessment to see whether our objectives of the lesson are met or not. Okay, so these are the what do you call that, the link that I think I'm going to give it to Teacher Chia, so that Teacher Chia can include it in the description of the YouTube.
All right.
The video. All right. Okay. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Cikgu Hana. All right, teachers, I will share the link, the edidik link for the certificate.
Okay, if you can go into the Pear Deck again, can you please write? Okay, let me see. So I'm going to give you another link to Pear Deck.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Right, going to paste it now.
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. All right, another link for Pear Deck. Meanwhile, you are accessing the Pear Deck link. Oh, the link is locked.
The link is locked.
Hannah, the link. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me. Oops.
Hold on, yeah.
Yep. Now it is.
Okay, you can access the link again. Try.
Okay, in 1 minute, write the most important thing from today's session.
Yes, can.
Pear Deck is very new for me. Okay. Very useful. Okay, thank you. I am happy that I joined. Okay, thank you so much for joining. And teachers, can you help Miss Chia to subscribe her channel? Okay, it is very important for me to have Miss Chia to go to challenge 5. Because we are in the Muet team, there are only I think 5 of us who are able to go live. So if Miss Chia is start in challenge 5, we are going to be very sad. So please help Miss Chia to subscribe the channel so that we could go challenge 5 together. Thank you for your support. Okay, I could learn some new digital tools to make my students.
As for some of the teachers, they have questions regarding the edidik link. Actually, you need to apply to get the edidik account. Then only you can apply to get the certificates. What I can do now is I send the Google form. Perhaps you can fill in your information, and I will try to request from edidik, the officer in charge, so that you may get the certificate to be given later on. Yeah, right? Yeah, the edidik link needs permission. The edidik link, you need to have an edidik account. Then only you can fill in your particulars. All right.
Actually, teachers, you could apply edidik email. You could apply. You could go to www.academyyoutuber.com to apply for the edidik account. But I think there is also, you could also sign in with MOE account, right? Yeah.
MOE account.
Yeah, because edidik allows 2 accounts for the set. Okay, so either you use edidik email account or you use MOE account. Okay. Okay, we have new tools. Thank you, teachers. I also have learned that there are so many available tools for teaching English. Yes, in fact, in the Google Slides, in the Google Slides, there are templates for teaching English. All right, so if you could go to Google Slides and look for the templates, there are a lot more actually available that you could use in teaching English. Okay, I think that's about it, Tia. Thank you.
All right. Okay, let me end this session. All right. With God's grace, we have done with the sessions today. We learned a lot from Cikgu Hannah about number 1, the Slido. Slido is suitable when we start our lessons. And then we have Pear Deck. Pear Deck, it is very useful. And lastly, we have readtheory.org. All these are very useful, not only for English class, I see. Some of the techniques you may use it in Bahasa Melayu class, I think. All right, congratulations again to those who are able to follow these sharing sessions from the beginning until the end. And thank you very much, Ibu Hannah, for these interesting sharing sessions. I also provide you the link. So actually, you need to have the account, edidik account. I will give you the website for you to go through so that you may download the link for you and apply as a to have the edidik account. All right. So once again, please subscribe my channel so that I will be able to be with Cikgu Hana to be in challenge 5. Yeah. And subscribe, click the red button. Okay. For those who haven't joined the edidik account, please sign up and you can go to this website. I repeat, www.academyyoutuber.com to get more information or videos or updates for this. So I see you again in another session. Please fill in the Google form and I will try my level best to provide the information needed. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
With that, thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you.
Academy YouTuber dibawakan kepada anda oleh Academy YouTuber.